right, whenever you're ready. Okay, ready, Nate? 3, 2, 1.
Centricom Channel 10 Sports and Mid-Utah Radio, the sports leaders in South Central Utah, now present another exciting high school basketball game broadcast. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now, let's go live to the basketball court for simulcast coverage of high school basketball on Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10.
Welcome once again to the Sevier Valley Center on day 2 of the 2A Boys and Girls Basketball State Tournament as we get ready for more great basketball action here today. This is the Snow College pregame show. Did you start a degree, but then life got in the way? Well, there's never been a better time to finish what you started. Snow College offers flexible options that fit into your busy schedule. Visit snow.edu today and learn how rewarding a Snow College education can be. And now we're at the interesting point of the tournament where, again, only 3A down has a consolation bracket in the UHSAA state basketball tournaments. 4A, 5A, 6A, when you lose once, you're done. That's the end of the tournament for that team. But to 3A, 2A, 1A, they do still have the consolation bracket in place. And it brings up an interesting point here, Ryan, as we get ready for the number 7 seeded North Sevier Wolves and number 6 seeded Duchesne Lady Eagles to square off here this morning. Is what's going to be the mood like, the mindset of these players as we come into this second day, knowing they lost on day 1?
Yeah, then that's usually the hardest thing for either girls or boys when you get to the situation. You know, you come in all season long, you talk about making a run at state, and then you happen to lose that first game, and yeah, you're demoralized. But at the same time, you've got to be able to wake up the next day, say, hey, you know what? It's a new day. We got to go out. We still got to fight. We've got something else to fight for now, and then now it is a true. Win or go home, and so the girls will come out here and put it on the line. And I think it's, more than basketball teaches them life lessons as well. You know what? Hey, sometimes things don't go your way, but you still got to get up the next morning and you got to go to work and you got to do this and you got to do that. And so I think it's a good opportunity for these girls to use that, make themselves a little bit better. Yeah,
and, I was talking to Scott Langford a minute ago, one of the broadcasters here with us, and just talking about the mindset of coming into day 2. It seems like you often see young teams really perform after that first-round loss on day 2. Maybe those senior-laden teams that are obviously very disappointed that their senior year doesn't end in being able to play for a state championship. It seems like they're not quite as maybe engaged where those younger teams say, hey, we're building now for next year. We're getting ready for next year by showing that we're going to win these last 2 games.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's harder for seniors to do because there is no next year for them, Yeah. But these younger girls, as you mentioned, they've got an opportunity to improve, show the coaches what they can do. Say, hey, you know what? Keep me on your radar for next year because I'm gonna finish strong for you.
Yeah, and you look at these 2 teams we have going up here today, 2 Region 16 teams, 4 seniors and 1 junior start for the Duchesne Eagles. While North Sevier, they've got a couple of seniors, but it's primarily a junior-driven class, and then several freshmen that come in as well. And so North Sevier is going to have that younger team here today, this morning, than, say, Duchesne.
They are, and you hope that is just as what we talked about, that mentality. They come out and they – sometimes the underclassmen, they don't know any better.
That's right.
They come out, they just play hard, and they don't let a lot of things dwell on them. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens today. They know each other very well.
Yes, they do. 2 Region 16 teams. North Sevier played Kanab yesterday. They lost to Kanab 52-35 in the quarterfinal round. And then Duchesne played another Region 16 team yesterday in Millard, losing 50-43 in that game. And so Region 16 squaring off again here today. And they split their games on the season, 2 very close games.
Yeah, they were up in Duchesne. The game went into overtime, and Duchesne, North Sevier had some chances to win. Duchesne was able to hit some clutch shots towards the end and come out with a 1-point victory up in there. And then they come down in North Sevier, and again, another close game. And then I got to probably one of the craziest endings I've ever seen in high school basketball. I think Duchesne was up 10 or 11 at that point with like 4 minutes to go in the game. and one of the North Sevier girls gets fouled. There's a technical that goes on it. She knocks down all 4 free throws. North Sevier gets the ball. She hits a three-pointer, so in the matter of like 5 seconds, it's a 7-point swing. I mean, North Sevier's right back in the game, and North Sevier comes back and wins it.
Yeah.
Just crazy. You think you've seen it all.
So, again, we've got these two teams squaring off here today with Duchesne and North Sevier. Now, with that in mind, as far as how these two teams, how well they know each other, how they played against each other during the season, what are your keys for today's game between these two squads?
And, I wouldn't expect anything less. I think I'm expecting a really close game, just like the last two. For North Sevier, they've got to do a good job of slowing Duchesne down. They like to run. And then North Sevier's got to work the post a lot. I think they got to get Gracie Johnson involved. They've got to get Allie Mason involved down in the post and let them go to work. And then when they need it, then you turn it over to your Brooklyn Butler, your outside shooters, your Torgerson twins that come off the bench. You're that group of junior. Your Sid Henry and your Mila Torgerson and your I'm missing one, Pierce coming in. So they can. That's got to be a team effort, for North Sevier. And if you're Duchesne, it's been Brooklyn Butler that's hurt them both times. And so you just try to take her out of her game and give yourselves an opportunity to win.
So, again, there's a look at what we can expect here in this game. Appreciate all of our sponsors to help make this broadcast possible for both North Sevier and Duchesne. For the Duchesne side, including Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, Northeastern Counseling, Moon Lake Electric, and Larson Haslam Dental in Roosevelt, Patriot Real Estate, Zion's Bank in Roosevelt, and Al's Food Town in Duchesne. Again, appreciate all of our sponsors that help make these broadcasts possible here at the 2A Boys and Girls Basketball State Tournament. 2 girls games to start the day, and then it'll go into 2 boys games in the consolation bracket after that. The next girls game will be Beaver against Draper APA, and that was the big upset yesterday. Was number 1 Beaver hasn't lost to a 2A team all year, and they go down yesterday by 4 points to 8-seeded South Sevier.
Yeah, I was able to come in and watch that game, and it's South Sevier just did a great job all game long and just keeping Beaver off their game and keep them a little frustrated. And maybe that's one of those things. Beavers has a lot of seniors on their team. South Sevier, not so many. They got to play a lot of younger girls. Maybe that's just that those younger girls going out there, they didn't know they were supposed to lose. They just come out there and they come out and just played hard the whole time and did a good job. And you feel for the Beaver girls as well. They've had a really great season.
Yeah. So we'll take a break here inside the Snow College pregame show. We'll come back and get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. That'll be coming up next here from the Sevier Valley Center on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Service is important on any insurance policy, whether it's auto, home, life, or health insurance. And you can count on your Beaver area Good Neighbor State Farm agent, Brent Stapley, to give you the best service possible. Whether you have a claim or just need information about insurance, your State Farm agent is there with the Good Neighbor service we're famous for. See State Farm agent Brent Stapley in Beaver for all your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call 438-5451, 438-5451. For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef, while the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison. When you're in the mood for mouth-watering dishes prepared by the finest chefs in Utah, visit Timberline Inn in Beaver. For a family dinner outing or for a night out with that special someone, experience fine dining for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at Timberline Inn. Timberline also offers catering services for both small groups or large gatherings, and you can't beat their popular lunch and dinner specials offered daily. Timberline Inn is open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and located on the South I-15 interchange in Beaver. Call for catering 438-2474.
Jones & DeMille Engineering is proud to be a part of Utah's rural communities and loves to cheer on the youth of rural Utah. We take great pride in helping shape the quality of life by offering full engineering and architectural services, municipal and private business software solutions, and community involvement. Jones & DeMille is your go-to resource for planning, funding, designing, and infrastructure needs. We strive to serve with a professional, personalized rural touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Tony and Dave's Auto Center in Beaver wants to wish the Beavers the best of luck this season. Tony and Dave's Auto Center is an I-CAR Gold Class facility, the highest designation of training in the auto collision industry. So if your car is damaged in an accident, you can depend on the crew at Tony and Dave's to get your car looking like new. Visit Tony and Dave's Auto Center, 115 North Main Street in Beaver, where they can fix your car inside and out. That's Tony and Dave's Auto Center in Beaver, happy to sponsor the Beavers this year.
Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora have a non-stop tractor workhorse, just what you need for a non-stop world. Power Star tractors from New Holland provide unprecedented power, comfort, and performance in a utility tractor so you can tackle grounds, municipal or farm tasks with ease. Choose from 6 models from 64 to 117 engine horsepower with an open-air ROPS platform or spacious Vision View cab. Learn more about the Power Star family of tractors. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Sevier Valley Center. Robert Lovell with you alongside Ryan Higgs on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centracom Channel 10, and V6 Media as we get ready for North Sevier Duchesne. First game of the day here on day 2 of the 2A Girls Basketball State Tournament. And as we take a look again at what we have scheduled for today, Beaver Draper APA, they will be coming up next here at the SVC in the Girls Consolation Bracket. The winner of these 2 games will move on to play tomorrow for 5th place. And then for the boys' side, we've got South Sevier and Rockwell that will play at 12:50, and Millard and Parowan will play at 2:30 in the consolation bracket. And then at that point, we move into our semifinal games starting at 4:10 this afternoon here at the Sevier Valley Center. So again, we'll be able to look forward to those games. You can see the broadcast schedule on the radio side, midutahradio.com. Scroll over the sports tab and click on broadcast schedule, and you can find the schedule for every game along with the watch live links on local10.tv for those other games, along with the sites for V6 Media and ETV as well for both 2A and 3A basketball games. As we've got the 3A games going on, Grantsville Union girls squaring off this morning up at Weaver State University in the 3A consolation bracket. All right, Ryan, as we get ready for this game, you already mentioned Brooklyn Butler. She had a great game yesterday again for North Sevier. I think for North Sevier, that's where it obviously has to start with Brooklyn Butler. But yesterday, they couldn't find anybody else. Gracie Johnson,
I'm
I
Dustin
think, finished with 6 points. She had a couple of moments where she got some putbacks, but they need to find somebody else, someone like either Gracie Johnson or Allie Mason, that needs to step up and really have a good offensive game for them.
Yeah, they obviously do, and it's one of the things that North Sevier's struggled with when they've been losing games is they don't have that second scorer, they don't have that third scorer. So yeah, they're gonna. It runs through Brooklyn. She's got to be able to knock down a shot. She shot well from three-point land yesterday. But she does a really good job of driving, penetrating, getting down into the paint, and then that's the time she's got to be able to find a Gracie Johnson, as you mentioned, and Ella Mace, and then they've got to finish. She's been able to get the ball to them, and then they're just kind of spotty, I guess, as far as the games that they have. They'll have tremendous games one day and then not be able to find the basket the next day, and then and so just the consistency. If they can find some consistency, and not only those two girls, I know Avery Smith, she does a great job as well outside. She's been able to knock down key buckets during the season. She's one of those that needs to come out and have a great game as well.
You look at Duchesne, it starts with Kelsey Grant. She's going to get her points, the team's leading scorer. But for me, the key for Duchesne is what does Bailey Claiborne do? She's one of those just premier athletes on the floor for either team, and has the ability to do a lot of really nice things. And so we're expecting Kelsey Grant to do her thing, but they're going to need Bailey Claiborne to be big, Grace Davis to be hitting from the outside, Hallie Nielsen, whoever it might be. They're going to need somebody else to also score. But I think it starts with after Kelsey Grant, Bailey Claiborne.
Yeah, I agree with you. Bailey does a great job down inside if she can post up there. And I think the win that North Sevier had against Duchesne in their place was, Allie Mason just did an excellent job on her, and down in the post, Allie Mason won that battle, and so that was the difference in the game. But yeah, she needs to have a great game as well.
Yeah. National anthem time here at the SVC, so we'll take the break and come back with the starting lineups next here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centracom Channel 10, and V6 Media.
For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef. while the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
Jones & DeMille Engineering is proud to be a part of Utah's rural communities and loves to cheer on the youth of rural Utah. We take great pride in helping shape the quality of life by offering full engineering and architectural services, municipal and private business software solutions, and community involvement. Jones & DeMille is your go-to resource for planning, funding, designing, and infrastructure needs. We strive to serve with a professional, personalized rural touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Back here to the Sevier Valley Center, Robert Lovell with you alongside Ryan Higgs as we get ready for the tip-off of the first game of the day. Number 7, North Sevier versus number 6, Duchesne in the consolation bracket of this 2A girls basketball state tournament. Let's get your starting lineup. First off, for the visiting team, the 7th-seeded North Sevier Wolves, here's Ryan Higgs.
Starting for North Sevier is going to be wearing number 12, a junior Brooklyn Butler. Number 32, a senior Gracie Johnson. Number 22, a junior, Allie Mason. Number 21, a senior, Avery Smith. And number 24, a junior, Sid Henry.
And once again, the Wolves are coached by Alexa Larson. And Barry Smith, athletic director, Jade Shepard, principal for North Sevier High School. And now the starters for the home team in this one. That is the 6th-seeded Duchesne Eagles. First off, rank number 5 is a senior, Hallie Nilsson. Number 10, a junior guard, their leading scorer, Kelsey Grant. Wearing number 14 is a senior point guard, Gracie Ewell. Wearing number 22, a senior, Grace Davis. And number 24, a senior forward, Bailey Claiborne for the Eagles. They are once again coached by Blair Madsen, athletic director Don Hill, and principal Brian Blizzard for Duchesne. Duchesne in their home whites with the blue letters and numbers. And they'll be going right to left across your radio dial, TV, and computer screen. North Sevier dressed in their road maroons with the white letters and numbers. And they'll be going left to right across your radio dial, TV, and computer screen. It'll be Allie Mason jumping it for North Sevier, and she'll be jumping it against Bailey Claiborne for Duchesne. Officials are set, ready to go for this first game of the day. Tip is up. It'll be controlled by Mason. Butler has it in the backcourt for North Sevier. Brings it up the floor, left side, hands off on the wing to Smith, sets for 3, nails it. A big quick 3 by Avery Smith.
Yeah, what a great start. Mentioned she's got to have a great game, and the very first touch that she has just knocks down a three-pointer.
Up top is Ewell. Works her way to the right side, picks it up. Now backdoor cut goes to Nilsson. Nilsson dribbles in, puts up the runner, missed it short. Rebound underneath by Grant for Duchesne. She'll come out to Claiborne. Claiborne dribbles left to right across the lane, got open off the glass and in.
All right, there Claiborne does a great job just driving to her right and getting past North Sevier.
And now a travel on North Sevier as Sid Henry got cut off by Gracie Ewell and ran out of real estate and stutter stepped.
It looks like North Sevier wants to get out and push the tempo a little bit as they got out and was trying to get the ball down the court in a hurry. Just a little too much hurry that time.
Nilsson drives all the way to the basket. She'll be fouled on the shot. Free throws coming for Nilsson. That will go on Gracie Johnson, her first, team's first.
Fouls on North Sevier's number 32, Gracie Johnson. In the center.
You see the game plan for Duchesne as they, two offensive possessions and both times just going to the basket hard, either trying to get a layup or create a foul opportunity for them to get to the free throw line.
And Nilsson misses both free throws, and the rebound taken by Johnson for North Sevier. Tries to pass it out, ball got knocked away, and Butler still able to gather it for the Wolves. She'll bring it down the floor, up ahead to Mason. Mason guarded by Davis out of the corner for Henry for 3, no good. And Butler the long offensive rebound. She's going to drive in left side, scoop with the right hand, up and in.
Great awareness by Brooklyn Butler just to know where she was at. She quickly grabbed that rebound and then just went in strong.
Left side in the corner, it goes to Claiborne, picks up her dribble, comes out to Ewell. And Claiborne going to drive left to right. She'll be fouled on the drive. They're going to call it on the ground.
I think it's going to go on Gracie Johnson. If it does, that's going to be her second personal foul.
Yeah, in 1 minute and 16 seconds, 2 quick ones for Johnson.
And I think that's probably the game plan for Duchesne is, hey, let's drive it in there. Let's see if we can get some of their post players in foul trouble. And already they've accomplished that.
So Mila Torgerson quickly into the game for North Sevier as Johnson comes out. Inbounding underneath is Ewell. Looking down the lane, now gets it into Grant. Grant going to go to the left hand, blocked by Mason. Ball's on the ground. It'll be a jump ball, tie up, and that'll keep it with Duchesne on the baseline.
I like that Duchesne's being aggressive. Allie Mason there's doing a good job staying tall, staying straight up in the air and able to get that blocked shot.
Ewell to inbound. Gets it in left side to Nilsson. Off the screen by Claiborne. She works her way up top. Going to go to the right side of the floor all the way to the corner. Now comes back out to Grant. 6.5 to go in the first quarter. 5-2 North Sevier. Grant picks up her dribble. Looking for some help. And able to pass it out to Ewell. Ewell going to drive in left side. Had the open lane. Got cut off with the help defense and a foul called. Free throws coming for Gracie Ewell.
Again, had that left side just wide open, and North Sevier slow come around to cut off that line. And I believe they're going to give that foul to number 24. That's going to be Sid Henry. Ewell doing a good job from the free. She averages just over 4 points a game.
Makes both free throws there, so back to a 1-point game. 5-4 North Sevier. Butler in the backcourt looking for help. And throws it up ahead for Henry. Knocked away by Ewell. And Ewell comes up with a steal. And then she stepped out of bounds, so North Sevier ball.
Yeah, just a different Duchesne team that I've seen in the last couple games that they've played. Is, very aggressive on the defensive side right now.
Smith brings it across the timeline, and then it's going to be over and back. She went across the timeline and then threw it back to Butler. Third North Sevier turnover. You mentioned that North Sevier is trying to run today, while it looks like Duchesne trying to attack the basket. So both teams being aggressive here in this one. Claiborne up top, and she stutter-stepped. Almost looked like she rolled her ankle in the process, but she does get called for the travel.
North Sevier's, they've got that spread right there, and nobody's in the paint, and she's seen it open, and she tried to get there in a hurry. And yeah, both teams running at high velocity right now.
Smith brings it across the timeline, picks up her dribble, gets it over to Butler, top of the key, goes right side to Mason, pump fake on the shot underneath, had Torgerson, she couldn't handle it. Nilsson comes up with the steal, up ahead to Claiborne. 4 North Sevier turnovers. 5-4, North Sevier leads by 1. Claiborne up ahead to Grant. Grant looking to drive baseline, got the ball knocked away, and Smith comes up with it as Butler tips it away.
No good quick hands by Butler.
Up ahead to Henry. Henry left side, gets cut off on the drive, blocked on the shot by Nilsson. Nilsson going the other way, passes up ahead for Kelsey Grant. Left side layup is good. Duchesne has their first lead.
Excellent job on the defensive side by Nilsson as she gets the block, and then just a great job of court awareness getting the assist.
Now Butler dribbling right side, cut off on the dribble by Ewell. Picks it up, tries to throw it off of Ewell, and Ewell caught it instead. And Ewell comes up with another steal. 6-5 Duchesne. Left wing it goes to Davis. Back up top to Ewell. Couldn't get anything backdoor as they go with a 5-out offense. Right wing now to Grant. Grant going to dribble into the left hand, got by the defense, lost the basketball. It's picked up by Mason. And now there's going to be a foul called as Bailey Claiborne and Brooklyn Butler hit the floor. Foul on Claiborne will be her first team foul on Duchesne. Jaylee Farnsworth, Lexi Moreland into the game for Duchesne. Trey and Kel Torgerson into the game for North Sevier. Smith and Henry come out.
Yeah, Coach Larson seeing, that the trap that Duchesne has put on has been causing problems, so get a few more ball handlers in there.
Trey Torgerson bounces it ahead to Kel Torgerson, right back to Trey. High on the left side, bounce it back up top to Kel. Kel crosses over, bounce pass down the lane, knocked away. She was looking for Mila. Torgerson couldn't get it. 6th North Sevier turnover. Up ahead they go to Farnsworth on the right corner, down the lane to Moreland, and she'll be fouled on the drive, so Duchesne ball on the baseline.
Again, Nelson doing an excellent job on the defensive side, stepping in there, knocking that pass away, then just moving right down the court, doing a great job.
Foul on Allie Mason.
No, I think that foul was on Mason. So
yeah, her first, team's fourth. Farnsworth inbound left side, got it to Claiborne, and able to use Mason to not fall down. And then now she got it out to Moreland. Now back to Claiborne. She'll go left to right across the key, kick it right wing to Nielsen. Cut off on the baseline drive as Nielsen. Ball gets knocked loose, and Kel Torgerson has it. 6 North Sevier turnovers, 5 Duchesne turnovers.
Yeah,
that's the score, too, by the way.
Yeah.
6-5. Duchesne leads. Butler splits the double team, lost the basketball. Mason dives on it. And she'll be tied up, and that'll keep it with North Sevier on the baseline.
I don't think that Allie Mason knew how open she was.
Yeah.
She could have just reached over and picked up the ball and had a layup. Instead, she decides to dive on it, but gives North Sevier possession here.
3 low, 1 high for North Sevier. Kel Torgerson to inbound. Right wing it comes to Butler. She's going to drive right to left across the key. Puts up the runner with the right hand. Air ball. Mason, the offensive rebound. No good on the putback. Nielsen with the rebound for Duchesne. Up to Claiborne. Claiborne hands off on the wing. Transition 3 for Moreland. No good. Nielsen had the offensive rebound. Dropped it. And Butler picks it up for North Sevier. She'll bring it down the floor. Up ahead to Mila Torgerson. One dribble left side. Too hard off the glass. And Claiborne the rebound for Duchesne.
Couple good looks for North Sevier. Great job defensively by Duchesne, just altering those shots.
Moreland left corner. Looks to drive in. Got the ball poked away. And North Sevier's Butler is down with an ankle injury, and she's limping off the floor. Grant going to drive left side down the lane. Got it to go. And now Butler appears to be a little better. As Grant got the bucket, she has 4 points. They are going to stop it for Butler to try to walk it off. Right now it looks better than it was looking a minute ago when she was kind of crawling to the baseline.
Yeah, it didn't look good there for a second, but you cannot stop the game right there. And just a great job by Duchesne of taking it up, realizing that they were a girl down, and so she just drove it hard to the basket.
Back into the game, Grace Davis for Duchesne. 8-5, 3-point lead for the Eagles. It's currently a 6-0 run by Duchesne. Trey Torgerson goes to Butler in the backcourt. Butler brings it across the timeline. Here comes the trap. Spin move, gets cut off, looking for help, able to get up to Kel Torgerson. Guarded tight by Ewell, left side out of Trey Torgerson. Trey high on the left side, gets it back up top to Kel. Now left wing to Trey, sets for 3, off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound, Grant has it for Duchesne, and she's off to the races. Trey Torgerson trying to get back, puts a hand on it, misses the shot, rebound by Davis, and she'll miss the putback, but she's fouled. Free throws coming for Grace Davis.
And Duchesne only allowing North Sevier 1 shot on the offensive side. They just get out and run. That's going to be 2 on Allie Mason, so I would imagine they're not going to keep her in very long. They're already out Gracie Johnson, who picked up 2 quick fouls as well.
5 team fouls already for North Sevier as Davis makes the first one. Give a shout out to Jones Paint and Glass. They have high quality paint brands, including designer favorite Benjamin Moore at affordable prices. Visit their design experts in Vernal or Roosevelt to find the right color and paint for your next project. One more free throw coming for Davis. Got it. 5-point lead now for Duchesne, and Coach Larson wants to talk about it. Timeout called. 2:37 to go in the first quarter. It is at Duchesne at 10, at North Sevier 5 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and V6 Media.
Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora have a non-stop tractor workhorse, just what you need for a non-stop world. Power Star tractors from New Holland provide unprecedented power, comfort, and performance in a utility tractor so you can tackle grounds, municipal or farm tasks with ease. Choose from 6 models from 64 to 117 engine horsepower with an open-air ROPS platform or spacious Vision View cab. Learn more about the Power Star family of tractors. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
The principal, office staff, faculty, and student body of North Sevier High School are proud supporters of the North Sevier Lady Wolves this season. They would like to congratulate the North Sevier team members, the coaches, and managers on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoffs. The school fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. North Sevier High School is happy to be a North Sevier Lady Wolves sports booster.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Back here at the Sevier Valley Center as we come out of the timeout. 10-5 is your score. Full court pressure put on by Duchesne. The 2 Torgerson twins in the backcourt with it, looking for help. They get it over to Kel. Now down the floor to Mason. Mason goes back, and there's the 10-second violation. as North Sevier barely got it past the three-point line, let alone the half-court line.
Yeah, they had two girls down there. And, back in the backcourt, they had a couple girls as well, but nobody flashed to the middle of the court to help them out. And they get another turnover.
Grant will bring it across the timeline. Get a court drive right to left down the lane. Left corner she goes to Moreland. She'll drive baseline, and she'll be fouled by Mason. That'll be her third. With 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. That's a big one.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get her out when she picked up her second. So they have their two post players in Gracie Johnson and Allie Mason, both Allie in more foul trouble than Gracie.
16 fouls now. Pass comes in to Moreland as she's stripped by Trey Torgerson on the drive. Picked up by Mila Torgerson. Trey brings it across the timeline, gets cut off on the half-court trap. Able to go left corner to Pierce. Pierce pump fake, tries to pass down the lane to Mila. Off her hands, picked up by Smith. Right wing Trey Torgerson up top to Kell for three. Short off the rim, long rebound to the corner. And Ewell has it for Duchesne. And then she stepped out of bounds, so North Sevier ball.
Credit Cameron Pierce doing a great job hustling to the corner. Usually they just let him get that rebound and hustle back on defense, but she did a great job standing there and creating that turnover for Duchesne.
Torgerson inbounds to Trey Torgerson. Kell to Trey, now high post to Mila Torgerson. Right wing to Pierce. Skip it left wing to Kell. Low block, tried to work it inside to Smith, and a foul going to be called on Jaylee Farnsworth as she tried to reach around the backside.
I think Farnsworth did a good job of timing the pass. I think her backside hand, her right hand was on the backside of North Sevier, and that's why she was called for that foul.
Left wing, Pierce, three-pointer on the way, off the glass, didn't draw iron, and a tie-up on the rebound, jump ball, possession error gives it to Duchesne. Now North Sevier going to go into some full-court pressure with 1:37 to go in the first quarter, 10-5, Duchesne with the lead. Pass comes into Farnsworth. Farnsworth on the left side of the floor, able to easily beat the pressure. Up ahead on the wing to Davis. Davis pump fake, going to go left to right, lost her footing, fell to the ground, and traveling is called.
You can just see the quickness that Duchesne has. Very easily just beat that pressure for North Sevier.
Trey Torgerson goes to Kell Torgerson, working against the half-court trap. Kell tries to pass it ahead to Mila, knocked it out of bounds by Farnsworth. North Sevier ball on the far sideline. 10-5 still your score. Duchesne with the lead, currently on an 8-0 run.
And I think that run is that defensive pressure that Duchesne's come out and put on North Sevier. Got some easy turnovers and some baskets out of it.
Mila gets it into Kell Torgerson. Kell hands off to Trey on the volleyball line, off the screen by Kell. Tries to pass it to the far side, got tipped and taken away by Grant. Grant coming the other way for Duchesne. Dribbles to the right corner and backs out. Up top to Davis, straight away three. Knocks it down. Grace Davis now with 5. It's an 8-point Duchesne lead.
They've spent so much time driving the middle that it was congested, so just nice open three-point shot.
And Mila Torgerson at the rim running a layup on the pass from Avery Smith. That snaps the 11-0 run. Now Gracie Ewell going to drive left to right, blocked on the shot by Trey Torgerson, and Torgerson comes up with the rebound. Now reach-in foul called on Lexi Moreland. That will be her first, team's third. Brooklyn Butler back into the game for North Sevier. Bailey Claiborne in for Duchesne.
And there's a lot of speed from both teams right now. See if either team will be able to keep it up.
Butler comes right side high to Trey Torgerson. Picks up her dribble. Tries to go back to Butler, and Farnsworth takes it out of the air. She's going the other way against Butler. Puts up the shot. Got it to go. 18 seconds to go in the quarter. 15-7 Duchesne. Pierce dribbles around the defense. Right wing to Trey Torgerson. Sets for the transition three. Nails it. Big three by Trey Torgerson.
Yeah, it was a big bucket for North Sevier. They needed that one.
4 seconds to go in the quarter. Bailey Claiborne down the right side of the floor. Puts up the shot, and that'll be how the first quarter comes to an end as it falls short. In the 2A girls consolation bracket, number 6 Duchesne 15, number 7 North Sevier 10 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and V6 Media.
If building dreams is how you make your living, demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Choose from skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, compact excavators, and more. Built-in visibility, stability, and comfort allow you to work with a higher level of confidence, speed, and efficiency. Learn more about the performance of New Holland construction equipment. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
15-10 is your score, 5-point to Duchesne lead. What'd you see in that first quarter, Ryan?
Yeah, with all the turnovers that North Sevier had, they're lucky to be within 5 right now. And that's, Duchesne is going all out on this defensive side. The Duchesne girls, you can see them huffing and puffing out there. You wonder how long this is going to keep up. But I would stay in that press. It's been bothering North Sevier, and they've done a great job of getting the lead because of it.
They've been very effective. Brooklyn Butler comes up top to Trey Torgerson. Working against Nielsen. Looking inside for Kell. Not there. Goes high post to Smith. Left wing to Butler. She'll set for three. Short off the rim. Pierce the offensive rebound. The 6-foot putback is no good. Rebound by Kell Torgerson. She'll go back up and in.
2 huge offensive rebounds for North Sevier.
Back to a 3-point game. 15-12. A 5-0 run right now by North Sevier. Left wing, Claiborne has it, guarded by Smith. Crosses over, looking to drive, got cut off by Smith. And traveling is called on Claiborne as she was trying to find where Smith was at.
Smith did a great job of bodying her up, and then when she got down, Smith actually kind of lost her footing and kind of fell backwards. And I think the Duchesne player was expecting contact, and there was nobody there.
Cameron Pierce picks up her dribble, comes up top to Butler. Butler going to split through the double team, goes right side high to Pierce. Dribbles middle, left wing to Torgerson. Pump fake on the 3, dribble in, 10-footer on the baseline, in and out. Davis the rebound for Duchesne. Guarded by Butler in the backcourt. She'll get it over to Ewell. Picked up by Trey Torgerson. Ewell works her way to the right wing and hands to Grant. Grant thought about the 3. Guarded by Kell Torgerson. Skip it left side high to Davis. Now down the lane, they go back to Grant as she cuts through, blocked by Torgerson. And the rebound, Butler has it for North Sevier. Butler brings it across the timeline. Pushing the pace, going to drive in right side. Puts up the runner off the side of the backboard, no good. Davis the rebound for Duchesne. Ewell yo-yos up top, guarded by Butler. Picks up her dribble. Backdoor cut, got Grant open, off the glass and in.
What a great set play. Had all 4 players come to the left side of the court, and then just a nice back cut on the right, wide open layup.
6 now for Kelsey Grant, and then a travel on Trey Torgerson as, again, the pressure causing issues. 10 North Sevier turnovers. Part of the reason they're still in it is 9 Duchesne turnovers.
But Duchesne starting that second quarter come out and just played some half-court normal defense, and then right after that made basket, jumped into that zone, the half-court trap, and it was trouble for North Sevier.
Right wing, Grant with it for Duchesne. Up top she comes to Moreland. Left wing, Ewell. Under 6 to go in the first half, 17-12 Duchesne. Ewell going to drive in, stripped but got it back, puts it the shot, blocked by Trey Torgerson, picked up by Claiborne, she'll go back up and she's fouled. Free throws coming for Bailey Claiborne.
You notice one of the things that you get from the Torgerson twins when they get in there, they're just so long. I mean, their arms are so long that they can. These quicker Duchesne players are beating them to the basket, but they're just so long they can block those shots from behind, and that's 2 or 3 blocked shots we've seen now from them.
Claiborne at the line after the 7th team foul on North Sevier, the first on Pierce. Claiborne makes the first one. She has 3 points. 5:47 to go in the first half. Second one off the back of the rim, no good. And ball's on the ground, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow. We'll give it to, keep it with Duchesne.
Yeah, huge break for Duchesne. They only got 2 players down there to get that rebound, and they outbattled the 4 players that North Sevier has and give them another opportunity.
4 low for Duchesne. Ewell lobs it up top for Nielsen, and Grant ends up coming away with it. Grant to the right wing. And going to the 5-out offense for the most part has Duchesne. Now Nilsson going to cross over, drives in, puts up with the left hand, too hard off the glass. Butler the rebound for North Sevier. Guarded tight in the backcourt by Claiborne as they quickly set up that half-court trap. Up ahead to Pierce. Tries to pass down the lane, knocked away by Nilsson, but Pierce gets it right back. Now up top to Butler. She'll dribble left side. Got past the defense, and she's fouled on the shot. Free throws coming for Brooklyn Butler. First free throws of the game for North Sevier.
Again, great job getting the ball down inside. I think Cameron Pierce had a wide open play underneath too. You got to pump fake that pass up top, get him up in the air, nice bounce pass underneath. We'll get him some more opportunities.
Butler misses the first one. Jaylee Farnsworth back into the game for Duchesne. Ewell will check out. Second one from Butler, good. So Butler made one of two. She has 3 points. 18-13, 5-point Duchesne lead. Grant across the timeline, high on the left side. Crosses over, works her way to the left block, got the ball poked away, gets it back, puts up the shot as she stepped around the defense, no good. Rebound, Claiborne has it for Duchesne. Out to Moreland for three, nails it. Big three by Lexi Moreland.
And another offensive rebound by Duchesne kept that possession alive, and they were able to make North Sevier pay for not getting a rebound there.
Cameron Pierce has it across the timeline. She'll come out to Butler. Butler works her way to the left side, goes to Smith in the short corner. Up top to Trey Torgerson. Right wing, Kel Torgerson. She'll take the three, short off the rim. Farnsworth rebound for Duchesne. Farnsworth pushing it up ahead for Grant. Grant left side, puts up the shot, rimmed out, got her own rebound, trying to find space. This time she's fouled. Free throws coming for Kelsey Grant.
And Duchesne's last couple minutes starting to pull away here as it's been starting on the offensive boards for Duchesne, and they pulled down 2 or 3 offensive boards and give themselves, other opportunities. They haven't scored from them, but they've been rewarded by going to the free throw line.
Second foul on Cameron Pierce, 8th team foul, and Grant makes the first free throw. She has a game-high 7. All 5 starters have now shot free throws for Duchesne. So everybody's going at the glass. Second one off the rim, no good. Kel Torgerson the rebound for North Sevier. Up ahead to Butler. Cut off by Farnsworth, able to dribble around her. Now picks it up and bounces up ahead to Smith. Smith lobs underneath for Torgerson off the glass. Missed it short. And rebound by Kelsey Grant. Grant is just out working everybody. Up the floor she comes for Farnsworth. And Farnsworth was covered tightly by Avery Smith, and the ball goes off her hands out of bounds.
And they had Farnsworth all by herself on the other side of the court. And by the time Duchesne found her, by the time coaches told her she was down, it was too late.
Yeah. 4:09 to go in the first half. Timeout called by Coach Larson. It is number 6 Duchesne 22, number 7 North Sevier 13 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentralCom Channel 10 and V6 Media.
When you're broke down, have a restoration project, or need new auto parts, get the good stuff at the Parts House, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer in Salina. The Parts House not only stocks the always reliable Napa brand parts, but the Parts House recently acquired Arapine Gas and welding supplies to become your total welding source in the area, providing oxy, acetylene, P25 mix, and all associated welding supplies. The Parts House is your total parts provider just north of the stoplight in Salina.
There is an athlete in all of us that helps us accomplish the ordinary and the extraordinary. Every once in a while, we all need some help. At Sevier Valley Hospital, we are proud to care for you and our community, wherever you are in your athletic journey.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and CentralCom Channel 10.
Welcome back here to the Sevier Valley Centers. We come out of the timeout. Again, going to be that kind of three-quarter half-court trap put on by Duchesne. North Sevier ball down 9, and there's another steal by Moreland as she jumped the pass by Butler and dribbles into the corner. Now she's looking for somebody. She got cut off, able to hand it off to Nilsson. Nelson picks up her dribble, gives it back to Moreland. Moreland going to go right to left, down the lane, got the ball poked away, gets it back and off the glass and in. Moreland now with 5 off the bench.
Just taking advantage of the size they have now. Just got it down under the block and 2 easy points.
An 11-point lead now for Duchesne. Nice pass from Butler to Mila Torgerson. Missed the left side layup short. Rebound out of bounds off of Duchesne. North Sevier ball.
Yeah, finally did a great job of breaking that press, getting to the middle of the court. Just missed that layup.
Kel Torgerson will inbound for North Sevier. Got a diamond around the left side of the lane, ball side of the lane. Left wing it goes to Butler. She's going to come off the screen, works her way left to right down the lane, puts up the shot, missed it short. Rebound by Mila Torgerson, back up and in. Torgerson with a team high 4 points now. Farnsworth quickly the other way, has the ball poked away. Last touch out of bounds by North Sevier, Duchesne ball.
That was a great job by Mila Torgerson on that offensive side. A rare offensive rebound for North Sevier.
Farnsworth to inbound. Got 3 stacked ball side. Grant going to come through a double screen. Get it to her in the left corner. Guarded by Kel Torgerson. Going to drive baseline, reverse layup. Missed it short. And Torgerson pulls away the rebound for North Sevier. That's Kel. She gets it over to Butler. Again, Duchesne's so good at just quickly setting this trap up. It doesn't matter if it's off of a inbound or a made basket. They're set up very quickly.
Yeah, they know where to go, and they do a great job of getting him to the corners and setting those traps.
Foul called on Kelsey Grant on the reach in, her first, team's 5th. North Sevier ball on the near sideline. Kel Torgerson to inbound. Tries to throws it for Butler, but threw it late, and Farnsworth able to jump the passing lane. She gets cut off on the drive by Butler, out to Grant. Pump fake on the 3, she'll dribble in. 15-footer on the baseline, missed it short. And Farnsworth had the rebound, and then she hits the floor hard, and picking that up is Avery Smith. North Sevier coming the other way. Kel Torgerson up ahead to Smith. They couldn't see Mila Torgerson until too late, and Bailey Claiborne takes the pass away. Mila was wide open, just couldn't see her.
She was there. By the time the coaches tell you that she's open, it's always too late.
Yes. Kelsey Grant drives left side, blocked by Kel Torgerson. Farnsworth picks it up, and she'll be fouled by Brooklyn Butler, so Farnsworth will shoot free throws. Farnsworth hit her face on the floor when she hit the floor. I mean, you can tell she hit it earlier.
A great job for her, hustling back on the defensive side and then giving herself an opportunity to get some points here from the free throw line.
First free throw from Farnsworth, in and out. Northeastern Counseling says just like a strong defense, working together can help win the game, so can a team of good family, friends, and community have a positive impact on your mental health. That note from Northeastern Counseling. Gracie Ewell back in for Duchesne. And Cameron Pierce back into the game for North Sevier. Second free throw from Farnsworth. That one is good. She makes 1 of 2. She has 3 points off the bench. Back to a 10-point Duchesne lead. Butler in the backcourt, working against the trap. Goes left side out to Torgerson. Torgerson up ahead to Pierce. Underneath, they got it to Mila Torgerson. Being double-teamed. Comes out to Butler. She'll take the 3. Off the rim, no good. High rebound. Moreland has it for Duchesne. Grant going to push the pace. Crosses over. Goes left side, short corner to Ewell. Ewell dribbles left to right, comes up top to Nielsen. Nielsen goes right side down the lane, got cut off, back out to Ewell. Top of the key, under 2 minutes to go in the first half, 25-15 Duchesne. Right side high. Nielsen goes into the corner to Farnsworth. Farnsworth up the screen, going to go all the way in right to left, and she's fouled. Free throws coming for Jaylee Farnsworth on the 10th team foul for North Sevier.
If you're on the back side, on the opposite side of the ball, North Sevier's got to do a better job of playing help side defense. Just a little too slow getting over there to cut her off.
Avery Smith picks up her first. In and out on the first free throw from Farnsworth.
Yeah, Farnsworth averages almost 2 points a game, and right now she's above her average. So doing a great job for Duchesne right now.
She had a great game yesterday for Duchesne as well in the loss to Millard. She makes the second one, 4 now for Farnsworth. She'll come out of the game. Bailey Claiborne back in. 11-point Duchesne lead, ties their largest lead of the game. Trey Torgerson directing traffic. Bounces it over to Butler. Butler able to get it across the timeline. Weaves through traffic. Lost the basketball, but it went right to Cameron Pierce. Now skip pass well over Avery Smith's head, out of bounds.
Another unforced turnover for North Sevier, and gives opportunity here for Duchesne to increase this 11-point lead they've got.
Right side high. Moreland with it, right wing to Nilsson. Nilsson going to drive baseline, got past the defense, off the side of the backboard, no good, out of bounds. Last touch by North Sevier, Duchesne ball. Ewell to inbound. Going to run. Grant just stepped inside. Trey Torgerson blocked by Torgerson. Gets it back, does Grant. No good on that shot. Rebound bounces around, and Claiborne has it for Duchesne. To the wing to Moreland. She'll drive in, cut off, and a foul going to be called on Cameron Pierce. That'll be her third. The lack of Allie Mason and Gracie Johnson inside has been big in this first half.
It has, yeah. They've just been, Duchesne's been able to do whatever they want down inside. Luckily, the Torgerson twins have been able to block a couple shots from behind, but just size-wise, Duchesne is getting whatever they want down in the post.
First free throw from Moreland off the front of the rim, no good. Sydney Henry going to come back in for Cameron Pierce, and Grace Davis back in for Duchesne. Kel Torgerson going to come back in for North Sevier. Trey Torgerson will come out.
So North Sevier with, they've got two players now with 3 fouls on them, Cameron Pierce and Allie Mason.
Yeah. Second one for Moreland is good. Moreland with 6, and another near turnover by North Sevier, but Torgerson able to save it. She has it in the backcourt. That's Kell to Butler. They've got to get it across the timeline. And Butler passes up ahead for Smith. Off her hand. Picked up by Davis. 15th North Sevier turnover. 12-point lead.
Just the frustration you can see on North Sevier. They are just not able to get the ball where they need it to go right now.
Left wing is Grant looking to drive baseline. Cut off by Torgerson. Grant going to go left to right. Lobs for the corner to Claiborne. Able to pull it down. Driving baseline. Gets in position. Off the rim. Missed it short. Henry the rebound for North Sevier. She goes to Kel Torgerson. Kel off the screen. Brings it up ahead to Avery Smith. She couldn't catch it. And Moreland takes it away. And now Claiborne has the ball poked away from behind. It's on the ground and it's picked up by Davis. Into the corner to Grant. She'll take the three. Short. And long rebound. Grant pokes it away from 3 other players and got it to Ewell. Down the lane to Moreland for the easy lay-in.
Great hustle by Duchesne. Credit Grant doing a great job of keeping it alive and then finding a wide open player underneath.
Kelsey Grant is outworking everybody as North Sevier unable to get a shot off as the horn sounds through 2 quarters of play in this consolation bracket. It's number 6 Duchesne 29, number 7 North Sevier 15. We've got the Jones Intermill Engineering halftime show coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and V6 Media.
Jones Paint and Glass has been serving the Utah community since 1938.
We love the communities we serve, not only in Utah, but through our network of dealers outside of Utah as well. It is our passion to be able to turn people's visions for their homes into a reality.
Whether you're updating your home or bringing the visions of your new home to life, Jones Paint and Glass is here for all your paint and glass needs.
When you hear the crash, you better think Jones Paint and Glass.
We offer quick service on your loan request. We make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for an answer from some out-of-town loan committee. It's one of the advantages of banking with hometown people. You're independent, so are we. Utah Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Hometown people, hometown spirit.
When you think excavating, the first name to come to mind should be Carlisle. That's Carlisle Excavating. Building, demolition, water or sewer connections, backhoe and trackhoe work, Carlisle can do. Good news, when you've got an excavating project, you've got a professional on your team. That's Carlisle Excavating in Salina. Give them a call at 529-7368. Write her down. That's 529-7368. Carlisle Excavating can do.
When you think of a company that's vested in its community, that takes pride in the success of local events, and that cheers on the youth and athletes of local schools, we hope you think of Moon Lake Electric. As a member-owned cooperative, we've been committed to our members since 1938 and hold true to the same mission of offering safe, reliable, and affordable electricity to our neighbors, friends, and family. Being honest, community and employee-minded individuals is just how we do business. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centracom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centracom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centracom Channel 10.
Welcome back here to the Sevier Valley Center. Robert Lovell with you alongside Ryan Higgs. And this is the Jones and Emil Engineering Halftime Show. Champions are propelled by dedication, teamwork, commitment, vision, and a desire to be their best. Jones and Emil Engineering, your local award-winning engineering firm. And at the half, it is number 6 Duchesne 29, number 7 North Sevier 15 in this girls' consolation bracket game. As we've been entertained by the North Sevier drill team and now the North Sevier cheerleaders entertaining the crowd here at the SVC. Ryan, your takeaway from this first half?
And Duchesne's come out with a great game plan. You know, let's put some pressure on him and have him turn the ball over and get some easy buckets, and it's worked for him. They've been able to just create chaos for North Sevier, and they have not had an answer for it. And I thought by now, you know, that Duchesne would get tired, you know, especially a game yesterday and then coming in and just going 100% today, and they haven't. You know, they're out there and they're coach is putting just enough players in to keep everybody fresh, and it's Duchesne's just having their way with North Sevier right now.
I made the comment during the break that Kelsey Grant is just outworking everybody. And it showed when she was in the corner on that play down here on this North Sevier end, North Sevier's bench end, so Duchesne's basket end. And 3 players, I think 2 from North Sevier, 1 from Duchesne, had a chance at the basketball, and she streaked between all of them, poked the ball away to her teammate, Gracie Ewell. She lobbed it underneath to Lexi Moreland for the easy lay-in. And when your best player is outworking everybody on your team starts outworking everybody, and that's what we're seeing out of Duchesne.
Yeah, he just elevates everybody. Hey, you know, if she wants the game this bad, we're going to go out and put in effort as well. And yeah, right now Duchesne is just out hustling, outworking North Sevier.
Yeah. Let's take a look at our first half stats. Again, we appreciate all of our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. First off for Duchesne, leading the way off the bench, Lexi Moreland, 8 points to lead the way. Kelsey Grant has 7 in the game. 5 points for Grace Davis, 4 points off the bench for Jaylee Farnsworth, 3 points for Bailey Claiborne, and 2 points for Gracie Ewell in this one. 12 bench points in the first half for this Duchesne team. So they've gotten some good depth with Jaylee Farnsworth and Lexi Moreland in this first half. And again, 8 points, their leading scorer coming off the bench right now.
Yeah, so anytime you can do that, and probably most of those points are just easy shots down in the paint due to that pressure defense that they're putting up.
Then for North Sevier, they are led also off the bench by Mila Torgerson with 4 points. Then 3 points apiece for Brooklyn Butler and Avery Smith. 3 points for Trey Torgerson and 2 points for Kel Torgerson. So we talk about the 12 bench points for Duchesne. North Sevier has more bench points than they do from their starters so far, with 9 of their 15 points coming from the bench. A big part of that is Allie Mason and Gracie Johnson being in foul trouble in this first half. Free throws, North Sevier is 1 for 2, while Duchesne is 9 for 16 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and credit Duchesne. They're doing a great job of, you know, they were attacking the basket at the beginning of the game, but especially now that the 2 post players, Allie Mason and Gracie Johnson, have gone to the bench. They're just putting their shoulders down and saying, hey, you're going to stop us. And they've been rewarded from the free throw line, and as of right now, they've been knocking them down.
You know, you look at these teams and, well, talking to Coach Larson, we've visited with her a couple of times over the last few weeks about goals for their team, the keys for their team to win games. One of them has been that the other team has to shoot less than 20 free throws. Well, right now, Duchesne shot 16. And so in order to reach that key for Coach Larson, things are going to have to change drastically in the second half.
Yeah, you know that Duchesne's not going to change their mindset. They're going to keep attacking you. So either they've got to figure out a way to slow them down and keep them off that free throw line.
Turnover 16 for North Sevier in this first half, just 10 for Duchesne. They were both about the same for a long time, and then North Sevier ended up having several more at the end of the second quarter while Duchesne cleaned it up, and they got those easy looks as you referenced. We had 1 lead change in the first half. North Sevier's largest lead was 3, and Duchesne's largest lead is where we're at right now, 29-15, the 14-point lead. And this has been the Jones and DeMille Engineering Halftime Show, supporting local programs in academic and athletic achievements. Building relationships and working passionately is a winning combination. That's Jones and DeMille Engineering. As before we get to this next break here, Ryan, your keys maybe to the second half.
North Sevier's got to stop turning the ball over. They've got to have their posts in there. It's kind of hard to have a post presence when they're sitting on the bench. I think Gracie was only, 2 minutes into the game, and then she's sitting on the bench. But still, at that, North Sevier's got to do a better job of breaking the press.
Yeah.
In my mind, too much dribbling going on right now. They've got to move the ball, get some nice crisp passes. Most of the turnovers they have, they're telegraphing their passes. It's like, okay, I'm going to throw the ball to her. Are you ready for it? Instead of just turning and getting to them in a hurry.
So there's again, you look at your first half. Appreciate Moon Lake Electric. They're a locally owned association with a history of 83 years of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its membership. Its well-trained workforce of 90 employees and its state-of-the-art electrical system has set a standard of excellence in the electric utility industry. We'll take the break and come back with the second half next. Duchesne leading North Severe 29-15 in this girls' consolation game on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and V6 Media.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Today's live basketball coverage is made possible by Al's Food Town in Duchesne, Freedom Realty with 3 locations to serve you, Larson Haslam Dental, now in Roosevelt, and Zions Bank, Roosevelt Branch.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Sevier Valley Center. Robert Lovell with you alongside Ryan Higgs as we get ready for the second half between number 6 Duchesne, number 7 North Sevier in the consolation bracket. Our next game of the day will be number 1 Beaver against number 5 Draper APA in the consolation bracket. Winner of these 2 games will move on to play each other for 5th place in the state tournament tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock here at the Sevier Valley Center. And for Duchesne, they will have their starters on the floor to start the second half. Hallie Nielsen, Kelsey Grant, Gracie Ewell, Grace Davis, and Bailey Claiborne. And for North Sevier, and they're working their way through it. Looks like they will have their starters on the floor as well with Brooklyn Butler, Avery Smith, Allie Mason, Sydney Henry, and Gracie Johnson for the Wolves of North Sevier. And the officials, they're tired of waiting for them, so they had to blow the whistle at Coach Larson. It's time to go.
Set the ball down and start counting.
It'll be North Sevier basketball to start the second half, down 14. 29-15 your score. Pass comes into the backcourt to Henry. Working against that half-court trap again of Duchesne. She goes up top to Butler. Butler on the volleyball line, goes right wing to Henry. Back to Butler up top, guarded by Claiborne, and that trap. Right wing to Henry, back out to Butler. Lob down the lane for Johnson on the high post. She'll turn and go right wing to Butler, sets for 3, off the back of the rim, no good, high rebound. And Smith runs it down in the corner for North Sevier. Smith picks up her dribble, tries to pass inside, and it's taken away by Ewell. Ewell, hesitation dribble, get a drive left side, got right past the defense, wave off the shot. She had the open layup. Coach Manson not happy about it. They call the foul first. Foul on Avery Smith will be her second, team's first.
Yeah, Ewell got that. I mean, you had the steal on the opposite side. And wasn't in too big of a hurry, but nobody picked her up, so she went all the way.
And on the inbound pass, easily get Bailey Claiborne open for the layup on the right side. She has 5. 16-point lead now for Duchesne. Henry comes out to Butler. Butler works her way to the left wing and hands to Smith. Smith works her way around. Goes right side high to Henry. 7:05 to go in the quarter. Right corner to Johnson. Johnson tries to skip it, got it through to Butler. Butler puts up the 10-foot runner. Too hard off the glass, didn't draw iron. And Grant the rebound for Duchesne. She'll bring it down the middle of the floor, weaving through traffic. Goes right wing to Claiborne. Out to Ewell. Ewell going to dribble in. Nobody picks her up. 15-footer on the way. Missed it short. Rebound to the far corner. Taken by Duchesne. That's Nielsen. She'll come back out high left side to Ewell. Ewell hands off to Claiborne, guarded by Mason. Mason playing with 3 fouls for North Sevier. Left wing now to Henry. Off the screen, Nielsen picks up her dribble, goes back to Claiborne on the pick and roll. Claiborne goes left to right, puts the shot, blocked by Mason, and Mason comes down with it for North Sevier. Up ahead to Butler. Butler down the middle, and has the ball knocked away, gets it back, and now she'll be fouled by Grant. That'll be the second on Grant.
North Sevier doing a better job of moving the ball around to start off this third quarter, but you still got a pretty aggressive Duchesne defense.
Smith to inbound. Pass comes in the left wing just to Butler. Cut off on the drive, being triple teamed now, and she'll bounce it out to Smith. Right wing it goes to Henry. She'll step into a 3. Short off the rim, high rebound. Butler has it for North Sevier. Tries to put it on the ground and taken away by Claiborne. And Claiborne hands it off to Ewell. Coach Matson was calling for a timeout, but she got the pass off, and the official looked at him and said, "Do you want the timeout still?" And he said no. Davis now off the skip pass for 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound underneath is taken by Butler for North Sevier. And got players getting kicked in the face. Looks like Avery Smith slow to get up for North Sevier. Butler drives down the floor, gets cut off, passes down the lane to Mason. Mason! Do they? Yes, they do. Counter, and she's fouled. The bucket and the chance of the 3-point play.
There's a great job continuing that play, getting it down underneath to Allie Mason. Going up strong.
The official over talking to the North Sevier bench. There were 3 players on this other end that were on the floor, and Avery Smith looked like she got kicked in the face as they were all trying to scramble to their feet. One of the officials had stopped and checked to make sure she was okay, but nothing was called either way. $14-point lead still. The and one coming for Mason. Mason's first points of the game were that layup there.
Allie averages right at 6 points a game. Kind of been struggling because she got into foul trouble in that first half.
Misses the free throw, and offense rebounds try to be saved by Johnson as she hits the floor hard diving for it. But it'll be Duchesne basketball. Grant will bring it up the floor. She goes to Ewell. Get it across the timeline. 5.5 to go here in the third quarter. 31-17 Duchesne. Left junction is Claiborne. She'll turn to drive. And a foul called. Free throws coming for Claiborne. Foul will go on Cameron Pierce, her 4th.
Yeah, she just did a great job. Every time she gets that ball, just does a great job of just knowing where the defense is at and then spinning and going strong to the basket.
Claiborne makes the first one. She has 6. Lexi Moreland will come in for Grace Davis for Duchesne. Avery Smith going to come back in for Cameron Pierce for North Sevier. Second free throw coming for Claiborne. One is up, off the glass, didn't draw iron, so the whistle will blow. It'll be North Sevier ball. Pass comes into Butler. Over to Henry, working against the half-court trap. Up ahead to Johnson, now back to Butler on the right wing. Butler going to dribble in, gets cut off on the baseline by Nielsen, reverses direction. Now tries to go underneath to Mason, got it to her, missed it short off the glass. Long rebound in the near corner, and a foul going to be called on the rebound. It'll go against Duchesne. Lexi Moreland picks up her second.
That's just one of those rare things, both teams hustling after the basketball, and she's just going to pick up a foul. But as a coach, you like the hustle.
Henry to inbound. Bounces it into Mason, right back to Henry. Goes left wing to Butler. Butler off the screen, going to dribble in on the baseline. Scoops it up, missed it, partially blocked by Nielsen. And now Allie Mason's going to pick up her 4th. Big foul there again for North Sevier.
Yeah, and that was one of those that Duchesne had already pulled down the rebound. You just kind of let them have it, knowing that you got 3 fouls. Just get back to the other end of the court.
Pressure put on now by North Sevier. Nielsen in the backcourt, hands off to Grant. Grant will bring it across the timeline, picked up by Smith. Works her way to the left side, hands off on the wing to Nielsen. Nielsen, couple of dribbles, comes back up top to Moreland. Right wing Ewell, guarded by Butler, off the screen. Looking for the pick and roll, got it to her. Puts up the shot against the help defense, missed it. Grant the rebound. She's blocked out of bounds. Last touch by North Sevier, Duchesne ball.
What a great entry pass down underneath with her left hand, just kind of threaded the needle there.
Ewell to inbound. On the curl, they got Claiborne again. Misses the left-hand layup this time. Rebound by Grant. She misses the putback. And now Mason able to pull down the rebound for North Sevier. She'll get it out to Butler. Butler quickly up ahead, weaving through traffic. Skips it underneath. Knocked away by Claiborne out of bounds. North Sevier ball on the baseline. Mila Torgerson will come in for Allie Mason. And Jaylee Farnsworth will come in for Kelsey Grant for Duchesne.
Duchesne just has not stopped with the energy right there. Claiborne doing a great job hustling back on defense, and just what could have been a wide open layup for North Sevier, she's able to deflect it out of bounds.
Left wing Smith. Goes to the high post to Johnson. Pump fake, going to drive right side. Splits to the double team. Off the glass and in. Nice take. Johnson's first points. Now Ewell brings it up for Duchesne. 32-19 your score. 13-point Duchesne lead. Ball gets knocked loose. It's on the ground. Bodies are on the ground, and a jump ball keeps it with Duchesne.
Claiborne's on the ground, and her teammate comes over. Oh, that was me. Teammate's like, sorry, that was me that ran into you.
Claiborne going to come out, as is Nilsson. Davis and Grant back in for Duchesne. Farnsworth to inbound. Just skip it over for Moreland. Got tipped by Henry into the backcourt, and Moreland runs it down. Up ahead to Ewell, guarded by Butler. Ewell comes out to Moreland, right side high. Under 4 to go in the third quarter. 32-19 Duchesne. Grant looks to dribble in, guarded tight by Johnson, lost the basketball, gathers it back up in the corner, crosses over, drives in, pull up 6-footer, off the glass, no good, got her own rebound, goes back up on the left side, missed it short, and Henry the rebound for North Sevier. And then a foul called on Kelsey Grant. She was trying to draw the charge, and it looks like she hit her head on the back of the floor, a little bit slow to get up. She was trying to draw the charge, but she started to fall before the contact ever even came.
You could hear her head bounce off the ground.
That'll be the third on Grant. She's going to come out of the game as Bailey Claiborne comes back in. .333 to go in the third. 32-19, Duchesne with the lead. The 7-6 matchup in the consolation bracket. Winner moves on to play for 5th place at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Right wing is Johnson. Guarded tight by Farnsworth, being double teamed in the trap. Able to get it out to Butler. Down the lane to Henry. She'll miss the layup on the right side. And the rebound goes to Ewell for Duchesne. Ewell hands off to Davis. And Coach Manson wants to talk about it. A timeout called. 3:10 to go in the third quarter. It's number 6 Duchesne 32, number 7 North Sevier 19 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and V6 Media.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Christensen, CTE Director for Sevier, Paiute, and Wayne School Districts. Do you know what career pathways are offered at your high school? Career and Technical Education provides career exploration and career guidance through 35 CTE career pathways. This gives students a direct connection between doing well in high school and being able to transition smoothly to post-secondary opportunities that include on-the-job training, certificate programs, and 2- and 4-year college degrees. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors.
When you think excavating, the first name to come to mind should be Carlisle. That's Carlisle Excavating. Building, demolition, water or sewer connections, backhoe and trackhoe work, Carlisle can do. Good news, when you've got an excavating project, you've got a professional on your team. That's Carlisle Excavating in Salina. Give them a call at 529-7368. Write her down. That's 529-7368. Carlisle Excavating can do.
Here to the Sevier Valley Center, Robert Lovell with you alongside Ryan Higgs as we come out of the timeout. We appreciate L&L Motor. Trust the pros at L&L Motor to maintain and repair your vehicle. The team at L&L Motor in Roosevelt and Vernal repairs all makes and models. They have the experience and the tools to do the job right. Duchesne basketball out of the timeout. They're looking for Ewell, and Ewell runs it down on the near sideline to avoid the turnover. Picked up now by Avery Smith defensively. Ewell goes off the screen, now reverses direction. Tries to go right wing. Butler takes it away for North Sevier. Butler going the other way for the Wolves. Nice pass down the lane to Johnson. Right side layup is good.
Now, one of the rare times North Sevier's been able to get to the post, but a great find by Butler and a great finish by Gracie Johnson.
Left side on the wing. Morling in a dribble in. Cut off by Smith on the drive. Passes out to the corner to Ewell, and she traveled. Changed her pivot foot on the drive. Back-to-back turnovers by Duchesne.
That's too bad for her because she had a great move and she had a wide open lane.
Hallie Nielsen into the game for Duchesne. Lexi Moreland will come out. .11 Duchesne lead. Henry in the backcourt brings it across the timeline, splits through the trap, goes right side to Johnson, now down the lane to Torgerson. She'll put it up, missed it off the bottom of the backboard, and a jump ball on the rebound, gives it to North Sevier.
Getting credit, Gracie Johnson doing a good job getting in there to tie that up. I mean, you can see just the last couple possessions how big it was to not have her in that first half because of foul trouble.
Henry to inbound. Going to run Avery Smith off the screen, right wing, sets for three, air ball. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Henry, Duchesne ball. Kelsey Grant back in for Duchesne. Gracie Ewell will come out. Full court pressure again put on by North Sevier. Grant has it in the backcourt. It's just man pressure, and as soon as the pass comes in, they back off. Up top is Grant. Right side high to Claiborne. Guarded by Johnson. Off the screen. Picks up her dribble. Now gets it out to Grant near the volleyball line. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. 32-21. Grant going to go right to left down the lane. Scoop it with the left hand. Count it, and she's fouled.
Excellent job using that left hand and going strong. Again, North Sevier just slow getting over on that help defense, and they have to reach to try to knock that ball away. They get caught.
That was on Mila Torgerson, her first. Grant with the and one. Got it. Grant now with 10 to lead all scorers. 14-point Duchesne lead. Again, pressure by Duchesne. Pass comes into Butler. Guarded by Farnsworth in the backcourt. Butler brings it up ahead. Gets it to Smith. Smith goes right wing back to Butler. She'll set for the transition three. Nothing but net. A big three for Brooklyn Butler. She has 6 to lead North Sevier.
Trying to crawl back into this game.
Grant goes left corner to Davis. Open three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound. Saved by Nilsson. And both teams dive for it. Bodies on the floor. Claiborne has it, and Coach Madsen's able to call time. She had it between her ankles.
That works.
That works. And Coach Madsen got the timeout called, so we'll take it. 1:25 to go in the third. Number 6, Duchesne, 35. Number 7, North Sevier, 24. On the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and V6 Media.
DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis is hiring reliable drivers with starting wage at 42 cents a mile, going to 44 cents after 90 days. Additional pay for tarps, drops, picks, and additional trailers. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, bonuses, and more. To join the DP Curtis crew, call 435-893-2886, 893-2886, or click on dpcurtis.com.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Sevier Valley Center. 11-point Duchesne lead coming out of the timeout. They have the ball. Inbounding on the near side is Davis. Comes into Grant. Grant works away to the left side and hands off to Claiborne. Claiborne going to look to drive left to right. Cut off by Johnson. Now goes left side down the lane. No good, but a foul called. And free throws coming for Bailey Claiborne. And this will put them at over the 20 free throws in the game mark. Sydney Henry on the help defense picks up her second foul.
Yeah, a foul that I thought could have gone to Gracie Johnson as well.
Claiborne misses the first one. 35-24 your score. Second free throw from Claiborne. No good, and high rebound tipped out by Grant. Butler has it for North Sevier. She's going to go the other way. And Grant nearly pokes away, but Butler gets it back and comes to the wing to Smith. Up top to Mila Torgerson. Right wing, Henry. Henry works her way around to the top, bounces over to Butler. Butler goes left wing to Smith. Low block into Johnson. Johnson working on Nilsson. Up and under move. Double team comes. She kicks it back out to Butler. Butler going to drive right side. Slips through the defense. Offensive foul is the call. Wave off the basket. Drawing the charge is Hallie Nilsson.
Yeah, bucket right there would have got this down to single digits, but a great job by Duchesne just getting in there and setting her feet and picking up that charge.
Gracie Ewell into the game for Kelsey Grant for Duchesne. 51 seconds to go in the third, 35-24. Duchesne the 11-point lead. Again, full court pressure put on by North Sevier. But they back off once the ball's inbounded. Claiborne brings it down the left side of the floor, picked up by Johnson. And Avery Smith knocks the pass away, out of bounds. Last touch by Duchesne. North Sevier ball on the Duchesne turnover.
Yeah, with all the turnovers that North Sevier's had and all the trips to the free throw line that Duchesne's had, North Sevier still in striking distance.
Yeah, 21-3 on free throws. Gracie Johnson hands off to Butler. Butler on the left wing. Reverses direction, hands off underneath to Johnson. Johnson, spin move in the lane, off the glass, no good. Nilsson the rebound for Duchesne. Now Ewell brings it up the floor for the Eagles. Across the timeline, guarded by Smith. Ewell goes left side high to Farnsworth. Poked away by Butler. Ball's loose and Butler has it. She's going the other way with the left hand. Lost it off her foot out of bounds.
It looked like she was trying to get an angle for that layup and just got the ball out of control a little bit.
Pass will come into Nilsson, but she overthrew her, and Henry picks it up for North Sevier, and she'll throw it up at the horn, and that'll be how the third quarter comes to an end. It's number 6 Duchesne, 35, at number 7 North Sevier, 24 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and V6 Media.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Christensen, CTE Director for Sevier, Paiute, and Wayne School Districts. Do you know what career pathways are offered at your high school? Career and Technical Education provides career exploration and career guidance through 35 CTE career pathways. This gives students a direct connection between doing well in high school and being able to transition smoothly to post-secondary opportunities that include on-the-job training, certificate programs, and 2- and 4-year college degrees. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors.
For a wonderful shopping experience with quality and customer service that's second to none, visit Gunnison Market. The meat department carries the highest quality of meat in the United States, certified Angus beef, while the deli offers delicious made-from-scratch crab salad, coleslaw, and high-quality Columbus meats with no preservatives. The bakery features custom cakes for any occasion, cookies, rolls, and tasty donuts made fresh daily. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
To the fourth quarter we go here at the Sevier Valley Center Consolation bracket. It's an 11-point Duchesne lead. And as you mentioned, it feels like we've been here before when Duchesne's had the double-digit lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we have, and there was less time remaining on the clock with just about 4 minutes with a double-digit lead, and North Sevier was able to come back before. But, North Sevier right in it despite everything that's not gone their way.
Duchesne trying to hold on and advance to tomorrow. They've led by as many as 16 points in this game. Lead by 11 right now. North Sevier has not led since they led 5-2. Left wing is Ewell. Backdoor cut, got it to Claiborne for the easy lay-in on the right side.
That's the same exact play they started the third quarter with.
Up ahead, left wing to Henry. Bounce pass down to Mila Torgerson, being triple teamed in the lane. Puts up the shot, got it to go. Torgerson with 6 off the bench. Up the floor comes Ewell. Guarded by Smith. One up top, now she hands off to Claiborne. 7:20 to go in the game. Claiborne picks up her dribble. Johnson comes out on her. Pass down the lane to Grant. Grant guarded by Butler, splits to the defense. Got it to go. The circus shot with the left hand for Kelsey Grant. She has 12.
I think she had her back towards the basket when she turned and threw that up. It was a great finish there for Grant.
Gracie Johnson picks up her dribble, comes out to Butler on the Snow College S at midcourt. Butler right side high, picks up her dribble and hands to Henry. Henry picks it up and tied up by Claiborne. The jump ball will keep it with North Sevier. And they're going to bring Trey Torgerson into the game for the Wolves. Avery Smith will come out.
And with Trey coming in, she gives you a little bit of ball handling and plus some three-point.
Butler the drive and a nice seal by Mila Torgerson as Butler finishes. Butler with 8 to lead North Sevier.
So a couple great offensive possessions for North Sevier. However, Duchesne's had some offensive possessions as well that's been gone well for him.
Nearly a turnover by Duchesne, but Mila Torgerson couldn't quite corral it. Out of bounds it goes. Duchesne ball on the baseline.
Yeah, if you're North Sevier, you need to cut into this deficit. You've got to have some defensive stops.
Ewell to inbound. Pass comes in left wing to Grant. Pump fakes, dribbles in against Torgerson. Left to right down the lane. Got stripped on the way up. Got the ball back. Now passes it out to the corner to Claiborne. Guarded by Johnson. Comes out right side high to Grant. Grant yo-yos. 6:15 to go in the game. Left side high now to Ewell. Ewell skips it right wing to Davis. Pump fake, she'll drive baseline. Got the open look. Misses the runner hard. And out of bounds off of North Sevier. Duchesne ball.
I like that Duchesne hasn't changed anything. They're still attacking the basket, still trying to get to the free throw line. A pretty good look right there for Duchesne, just come up a little bit short.
Left wing is Davis, up top to Nilsson. Right wing to Ewell, looking for Grant inside. Lob it to her, working on Butler, backing her down. Blocked by Butler, out of bounds. Duchesne ball. Ewell inbound, 4 around the key for the Eagles. They've had a lot of success with their action on these inbounds passes. This time they don't, as Grant, falling out of bounds, throws it in, and Henry picks it up for North Sevier. Henry brings it across the timeline, working your way through the defense. Comes out to Butler. Butler top of the key. Slips it left corner to Torgerson. Sets for 3. Nails it. Big 3 to put it back to single digits for Trey Torgerson.
It's been a long time since North Sevier's had a cut to 8.
5:30 to go in the game. 39-31 Duchesne. Left wing Grant. She'll go left to right. Has the ball knocked away. Butler picks it up. Butler down the middle of the floor. Driving in. Comes to a jump stop. Hands off to Torgerson. 15-footer. Partially blocked. Air ball. Mila Torgerson the rebound. She misses the putback. And it's Davis with the rebound for Duchesne. She'll get it out to Claiborne. And Coach Matson wants a timeout with 5:13 to go in the game. In this 2A girls consolation bracket, it's number 6 Duchesne 39, number 7 North Sevier 31 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and V6 Media.
Jones and DeMille Engineering is proud to be a part of Utah's rural communities and loves to cheer on the youth of rural Utah. We take great pride in helping shape the quality of life by offering full engineering and architectural services, municipal and private business software solutions, and community involvement. Jones and DeMille is your go-to resource for planning, funding, designing, and infrastructure needs. We strive to serve with a professional, personalized rural touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Sevier Valley Center. 5:13 to go in the game. 8-point Duchesne lead as North Sevier trying to claw back into this one.
Yeah, defensively, obviously they need a stop right here. But if you're Duchesne, I don't think you change anything up. You just keep attacking the basket like you're doing, because good things have been happening.
Pass will come into Nilsson, and she just stepped on the timeline after she caught it. So an over and back called on Duchesne. That's 3 turnovers in this fourth quarter for Duchesne, 0 for North Sevier.
Yeah, one of those things that North Sevier needs to take advantage of if they want to get back into this.
Butler steps up to the three-point line. Nobody picks her up. Misses the air ball 3, and out of bounds it goes. So Duchesne ball.
That would have been a huge basket for North Sevier had she knocked that down.
Ewell to inbound. Brings it into Grant. Guarded by Butler in the backcourt. 5 minutes to go in the game. 39-31 Duchesne. Grant across the timeline. Works her way to the right wing. Crosses over. Hands off up top to Moreland. Picks up her dribble. Pump fake almost dribbled again. But then she hands off to Nilsson. Comes high left side to Claiborne. To the wing to Ewell. Nothing on the cutter. Comes out to Nilsson. Skip it left side. Claiborne guarded by Johnson. Hands off back to Nilsson. 4.5 to go in the game. Out to Grant on the volleyball line with an 8-point Duchesne lead. 39-31. Grant comes right wing. Ewell with it. Comes up top to Moreland. Left side high Claiborne. Left wing to Nilsson. Cutting through was it Claiborne. Knocked away by Trey Torgerson. She saves it, but it's picked up by Ewell. She'll go to Nilsson. Nilsson going to drive left to right. Puts up the runner down the lane. Missed it short. And Johnson the rebound for North Sevier.
Got some good looks for Duchesne.
Johnson brings it up the floor. Picks up her dribble. Goes right wing to Torgerson. That's Trey. Low block into Mason. Right corner to Henry. She'll set for three. And off the top of the backboard. No good. Rebound tipped out. In the corner it goes. Out of bounds. The officials are going to come talk about it. And it's going to stay with North Sevier.
A good job of the officials getting together there and talking about making sure the correct team gets a possession here.
So Henry to inbound. Come to Butler on the left wing off the screen. And she traveled. Changed her pivot foot on the drive.
So if you're North Sevier, you're getting the opportunities you want on that offensive side, getting the stops you need, just not able to convert.
Ewell to inbound. Throws it in ahead for Grant. Grant streaking down the lane. Passes across to Moreland. Too hard off the glass. Grant the offensive rebound. Misses the putback. Rebound tipped up. And it's being tipped up several times. Ball gets knocked away from Mason. Moreland picks up the 15-footer. Missed it short. Nilsson with the putback. Count it and she's fouled.
Now a lot of action. North Sevier got what they wanted with the offensive or defensive rebound and then throws it away. A great hustle again for Nilsson. She's just been all over the place doing the scrappy things for Duchesne, and she's right in the right spot to pull it down and make this a double-digit lead again for Duchesne.
Here's the and one off air ball, looks like. So they blow the whistle, North Sevier ball. 41-31, 10-point Duchesne lead with 3:32 to go in the game. Butler in the backcourt. Will bring it up. Duchesne's dropped out of their half-court trap. Left wing ahead to Trey Torgerson. Torgerson comes up top to Johnson. Right wing to Henry. 3:15 to go in the game. Henry tries to find it out to Mason and throw it too far out in front. Out of bounds it goes. 21st North Sevier turnover. And Avery Smith will come into the game for Sydney Henry.
Yeah, I believe that's 3 or 4 offensive possessions in a row. North Sevier's not been able to capitalize.
In the backcourt, Nilsson has it for Duchesne, guarded by Smith. Up ahead to Grant. Picked up by Butler. Left side high to Claiborne. Claiborne guarded by Johnson. Under 3 to go in the game. Right side high to Ewell. Ewell going to drive right to left down the lane. Got it to go with the left hand. Ewell now with 4 points.
Yeah, actually, they've been doing a good job on that left side, has Duchesne. And
now the pass from Butler to Mason gets knocked away. And it'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Lexi Moreland. North Sevier ball at half court. Down 12.
Yeah, Moreland hustling on that one. And knock it away.
2:40 to go in the game. Pass comes into Butler. Rejects the screen, going to drive in right side, pass in the corner to Torgerson. Torgerson going to drive it to the left hand, got to the glass, missed it short off the glass, and Johnson steals the rebound and gets it with the left hand to go. She has 6.
That cuts it to a 10-point lead.
Up ahead, Nilsson. In a fake left, go right, puts up the runner off the back of them, no good. Butler the rebound for North Sevier.
I think she wanted to pass the ball, but North Sevier did a good job of hustling back and covering up that pass.
Butler drives right side, in and out on the shot, but free throws coming for Brooklyn Butler. Foul goes on Lexi Moreland, her third. Just the fourth and fifth free throw of the day for North Sevier. First one for Butler, in and out.
Brooklyn averaging over 10 points a game. Usually one of the better free throw shooters for this North Sevier team.
She makes that one. She has 9 now in this game. Back to a 9-point game, 43-34 Duchesne, 2 minutes to go. Down the floor comes Jewell on the left side. Picked up by Trey Torgerson. Torgerson on her tight. Picks up her dribble, goes left wing to Grant. And Butler trying to foul her. Knocked the ball away, comes back out to Ewell. Guarded by Torgerson. Spin move, driving left side of the lane. Scoop with the left hand, no good on this one. And Smith had the rebound, but she'll be tied up, and the possession arrow keeps it with Duchesne.
Yeah, see if Duchesne can burn a little clock here and then get North Sevier to foul them. They can't wait too long before they have to start
They're
fouling.
checking the possession arrow, I believe. Making sure they've got it right, and it will stay with Duchesne. Ewell to inbound. They run Grant off the screen. They try to get it to Nilsson down the lane. Not there. And now she lobs it out for Moreland. And a foul going to be called on Avery Smith on the reach-in. That will send Moreland to the line to shoot 1-1 on the 8th team foul, the third foul on Smith.
And Avery was not trying to foul right there, but that's not a bad foul at all. Put him to the free throw line. Make him earn them from the charity stripe. They've shot a lot of them today.
Front end of the 1-1. Good. Moreland with 9 off the bench. She can make it 10. Back to a 10-point Eagles lead. Second free throw for Moreland. In and out. And Smith has the rebound for North Sevier. She'll bounce it out ahead to Butler. A minute and a half to go. 10-point Duchesne lead, 44-34. Mason up top. Thought about the three. Now goes left wing to Smith. She'll take the deep three. Off the back of the rim, no good. High rebound. Butler has it. Off the glass, too hard. Rebound tipped out. Last touch by Claiborne, I believe. North Sevier ball. Torgerson will inbound. 4 around the key for the Wolves. Passing to Mason, right back to Torgerson. Now up top to Butler. Butler dribbled in at the right hand. Got cut off, reverses. Got cut off with the double team. Now looking for help. Tries to pass it out. Got it through to Smith. Smith high on the right wing. Bounces it to Johnson. Johnson being doubled. Turn around off the glass. No good, but free throws coming for Gracie Johnson. Hallie Nilsson will pick up her first.
That time North Sevier did a good job of getting it down inside again to Gracie Johnson and going up strong. Got to be able to knock down these free throws here.
Nothing but net on the first one for Johnson. She has 7 now for the Wolves.
Now Duchesne coaches and fans are on edge. They know what happened last time with a big lead.
8 now for Johnson. She makes them both. Nothing but net. Timeout called by Coach Larson. We'll take it. 1:06 to go in the game. It's number 6 at Duchesne 44. Number 7 North Sevier 36 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Centricom Channel 10 and V6 Media.
Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora have a non-stop tractor workhorse, just what you need for a non-stop world. Power Star tractors from New Holland provide unprecedented power, comfort, and performance in a utility tractor so you can tackle grounds, municipal, or farm tasks with ease. Choose from 6 models from 64 to 117 engine horsepower with an open-air ROPS platform or spacious Vision View cab. Learn more about the Power Star family of tractors. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Valley Center as we come out of the timeout. 1:06 to go in the game. Again, we appreciate all of our sponsors, including Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, Northeastern Counseling, Moon Lake Electric, Larson Haslam Dental in Roosevelt, Patriot Real Estate, Zions Bank in Roosevelt, and Al's Food Town in Duchesne. 1:06 to go in this one. 44-36 Duchesne basketball. Full court pressure put on now by North Sevier.
I'd expect North Sevier to go for a quick steal, and then if not, go ahead and foul them.
They get it into Grant. Guarded by Butler, and there's the quick foul. So the Butler will pick up her third, and that'll send Kelsey Grant to the line to shoot 1-1 on the 9th team foul. I don't know that Grant's the one you want to foul. She's 2 for 3 in the game. Has a game-high 12 points.
Grant's been doing just a great job on both sides of the court for Duchesne.
She rattled in the first one. She has 13. Second free throw from Grant. Good. 14 now for Kelsey Grant. 10-point lead for Duchesne. Trey Torgerson up the floor. Top of the key. Goes right wing to Smith. Smith guarded tight by Claiborne. Comes back out to Torgerson. Torgerson dribbles in. Comes out to Mason. They skip it looking for Smith. Knocked away by Claiborne. Torgerson gets it back. Now she goes to Smith. Sets for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. And Butler with the offensive rebound. Trying to find some space. Scoop it up and score. What a finish by Butler.
Good job of staying with it.
37 seconds to go in the game. And Butler will foul Ewell. That'll be the fourth on Butler. Ewell will shoot free throws. 2 free throws for Ewell. She's 2 for 2 from the line in the game.
Yeah, 8-point game here. Ewell, if she can knock down both of these, it's good sign for Duchesne.
First free throw, short. Kind of frozen rope to that one.
Yeah, even if she does miss this one, North Sevier, they've got to score in a hurry.
Second one for Ewell is good. She has 5. And it's a 9-point game, 32 seconds to go. Trey Torgerson dribbles in for a long three, partially blocked, air ball, rebound by Grant. She's coming the other way for Duchesne, and she's able to get it over to Ewell. 22 seconds to go, up ahead to Nilsson, and Nilsson drives right around Johnson, and now she'll be fouled on the shot, so free throws coming for Hallie Nilsson. With 18 seconds to go as Brooklyn Butler will pick up her 5th. So she'll foul out with 18 seconds left. Hallie Nilsson at the free throw line. She's 0 for 3 in the game today.
As they look for somebody to bring in for Brooklyn Butler, she's done a great job all season for them. Great job here tonight for North Sevier as well.
Kel Torgerson into the game for Brooklyn. Misses the first one, does Nilsson. One more free throw off the back of the rim. Got the bounce. Nilsson with 3 points. 10-point lead, 18 seconds left. Trey Torgerson will bring it up the floor. Works her way to the right wing. And taking it out of her hands is Ewell. And then it'll be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by North Sevier. Nope, last touch by Duchesne, so North Sevier ball.
10-point lead, 8 seconds left. Duchesne's going to be able to move on and play again tomorrow.
Torgerson to inbound. That's Trey Torgerson. Bounce it into Johnson. Right back to Trey. Steps around the defense. Driving baseline. She'll put up the 6-footer. Air ball. And Mason with the putback. No good. And that'll be how this one comes to an end. Duchesne with the 48-38 win over North Sevier as the Wolves have their season come to an end here today. And Duchesne will advance to play for 5th place tomorrow here at the Sevier Valley Center. We'll take the break and come back with the Sunrise Engineering postgame show next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and V6 Media.
The principal, office staff, faculty, and student body of North Sevier High School are proud supporters of the North Sevier Lady Wolves this season. They would like to congratulate the North Sevier team members, the coaches, and managers on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoffs. The school fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. North Sevier High School is happy to be a North Sevier Lady Wolves sports booster.
If building dreams is how you make your living, demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Choose from skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, compact excavators, and more. Built-in visibility, stability, and comfort allow you to work with a higher level of confidence, speed, and efficiency. Learn more about the performance of New Holland construction equipment. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Sevier Valley Center. This is the Sunrise Engineering postgame show, serving communities like yours all over the western United States. That's Sunrise Engineering. Your final in this one, Duchesne 48, North Sevier 38. Ryan, your takeaway.
Yeah, Duchesne just come out from the get-go, and they just had more energy than North Sevier did. And, North Sevier got into some early foul trouble, which I think hurt them down in the post, and Duchesne did just enough on both sides of the court to deserve this win tonight.
Yeah.
This morning.
Yeah, this morning. That's right. Let's look at our excuse me. Let's look at our final stats on this one. For Duchesne, Kelsey Grant led the way with 14 points. Off the bench, Lexi Moreland had 9. Bailey Claiborne finishes with 8 points. 5 points apiece for Gracie Ewell and Grace Davis. 4 points off the bench for Jaylee Farnsworth, and 3 points in the game for Hallie Nilsson for Duchesne. As a team, they end up the game 16 for 30 from the free throw line.
So, yeah, that's a lot of free throw. They got to do better from the free throw line, and when they get into some closer games.
And then turnover-wise for Duchesne, I've got them with 19 turnovers in this one. For North Sevier, they were led by Brooklyn Butler with 11 points. Gracie Johnson had 8. 6 points apiece for Trey Torgerson and Mila Torgerson. 3 points for Avery Smith, and 2 apiece for Kel Torgerson and Allie Mason for the Lady Wolves. And as a team, they were just 4 for 7 from the free throw line, and then they did have 22 turnovers in this game. And then for the other stats, there was 1 lead change. North Sevier's largest lead was 3, and Duchesne's largest lead was 16, and they end up getting the 10-point win, 48-38. Any final thoughts on this one?
North Sevier's young team, they only had the 2 seniors, so a lot of learning experience here over this weekend, and I'm sure they'll be back ready to go at it next season.
So that'll do it for our Sunrise Engineering postgame show. We'll take a short break and keep it right here at the Sevier Valley Center and come back with Scott Langford and Pepper Gale. That'll be coming up next with number 1 Beaver, number 5 Draper APA. The winner moves on to play Duchesne tomorrow in the 5th place game here at the Sevier Valley Center. So we're back with Scott and Pepper next here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centracom Channel 10 and V6 Media.